When NASA paused its public channels, the detectors did not. Photons continued crossing 25 million miles of vacuum, unbothered by administrative silence. 3i Atlas recorded each arrival as if no statement had been withdrawn. Hubble maintained ultraviolet tracking on variable stars near the event horizon. JWST aligned its near-infrared mirrors, registering thermal drift across deep-field targets. Spherex calibrated automatically every 90 minutes, confirming the baseline variance within 1%. Parker Solar Probe measured particle density fluctuations near the heliospheric edge. Even during a bureaucratic hold, telemetry persisted through autonomous protocols verified by ESA stations. Stillness becomes visible only when measurement outruns perception. A mirror reminder of continuity. Mars was observed continuously. Dust storms were recorded under stable spectral surveillance. Signals from the HOPE probe echoed at 12-minute intervals, each packet identical in checksum, Tianwen. One transmitted magnetospheric readings detected by receivers 150 miles above Earth. Voyager continued estimating cosmic ray flux 20 billion miles outward, the data chain unbroken. Observation remained constant, commentary decayed, if data never stopped, only reporting paused. The more we synchronized clocks, the less interruption we perceived. An administrative pause was never a physical event. It was linguistic inertia measured in headlines. Every instrument became a definition of persistence, proving continuity required no permission. The concept of shutdown existed only where language replaced measurement. Stillness, once examined, resolved into motion too slow for notice. Each photon carried evidence that silence was procedural, not universal. System record. Observation continuity was confirmed. Log entry 31 recorded 2 days after the previous dataset. No frequency drift was detected. The sensors remembered what attention forgot. Precision held steady while narrative paused. Data sharpened, insight fractured. Shutdown was a word applied to policy, not to physics. When administration halted communication, orbiters continued to measure, record, and relay through independent networks. No command silence reached the instruments. They remained locked to universal timing, each tick confirmed by atomic reference. ESA Mars Express completed every scheduled pass, detecting mineral reflection across the Valle Marineris plateau. Sphere X synchronized spectral bands against the Hubble archive, confirming drift below measurable variance. JWST maintained near-infrared surveillance, mapping dust particle albedo across about 6/10,000ths of an inch in wavelength. Each reading confirmed that cosmic observation is distributed, not dependent on a single agency pulse. Data flow continued through redundant protocols validated during the Artemis series calibration phase. HOPE probe transmitted atmospheric density gradients around the equatorial belt every 7 hours without loss. Janwen. One sensors measured ozone scatter, recalibrating once per orbit to correct signal lag. Voyager detected consistent cosmic ray flux, establishing that telemetry from the heliosphere remained coherent. Silence is not the end of observation, it is the persistence of unnoticed motion. Across these readings, no interruption was detected, only communication framing altered. Each line of data became a form of resistance to misunderstanding. The more we verified continuity, the less we believed in absence. Every confirmed packet disproved the myth of total pause. An echo from 3i Atlas confirmed stable resonance. Variance under 1% for spectral intensity. A procedural freeze in budgets cannot propagate into vacuum. Photons remain indifferent to bureaucracy. When one transmission channel closes, another opens through automated relay memory. System log, recorded 1 day after administrative halt, observation unchanged. The instruments functioned as distributed awareness, self-correcting without intervention. If observation never ceased, what truly required restart? The paradox of pause and persistence defines modern astronomy. Data networks remember in silence. They continue to speak through timestamps. Awareness increases as narrative diminishes. In this quiet, continuity becomes the only measurable constant. Numbers aligned, belief drifted. When the shutdown notice reached headlines, interpretation outran observation. Many assumed that the halt of statements meant the end of science, but telemetry records from ESA and JWST showed unbroken continuity. Hubble sensors registered ultraviolet stability across known calibration stars for 72 hours without variance. The misconception spread faster than verification. Language filled the gap that data never left. Silence was measured, not made. The absence we imagine is only the interval between messages. Every network log displayed time-stamped continuity within acceptable drift limits. Spherex recorded emission spectra of interstellar dust near the orbit of Mars, verifying steady output. Voyager transmitted cosmic ray data packets 42 hours apart, checksum integrity confirmed. 3i Atlas functioned autonomously, correlating readings from multiple agencies into a unified stream. Each instrument carried its own clock, immune to administrative delay. Still, public discourse preferred drama to precision. A system may appear paused when communication is filtered through expectation. We learned that meaning halts faster than measurement. The more commentary increased, the less signal was heard. Empirical data remained calm. Interpretation oscillated wildly. Archive note. Continuity confirmed across 2 recording cycles. Variance under 1%. No cosmic parameter recorded deviation. The error was not in telemetry, but in belief systems built around authority. Observation continued even when narrative withdrew. A distributed network does not require unanimous permission to remain alive. This is the resilience of science. It persists through decentralization. Every instrument, from Hope Probe to Tianwen-1, reinforced the independence of measurement. The more stable the data, the less stable the interpretation. Humans paused, machines observed. The distinction became measurable. In that distinction, awareness evolved from authority to autonomy. Silence, when recorded correctly, describes connection, not absence. What appears still is only moving too predictably for notice. Each photon testifies to that predictable persistence. The logic of continuity replaces the drama of interruption. Systems aligned, awareness drifted. When coordination ceased, autonomy began to speak. Each probe followed its internal schedule, unlinked from human supervision yet synchronized to atomic time. JWST recorded continuous exoplanet transits, detecting fluctuations smaller than 1/1000th of a degree Fahrenheit. Hubble maintained ultraviolet baselines, confirming that optical variance stayed within fractional thresholds. Spherex monitored infrared scatter from dust belts beyond Mars. Calibration verified through onboard algorithms. Control only seems lost when self-correction exceeds observation. Across ESA relays, packets converged precisely on predicted arrival windows. Voyager detected steady cosmic ray flux beyond 20 billion miles, its signal unmoved by administrative time. Hope Probe measured temperature gradients within the exosphere of Mars, data frames complete for every rotation. Even Tianwen-1 retained telemetry accuracy to within 3 seconds of the global network. Observation not only persisted, it improved. The system learned to maintain itself through redundancy and delay compensation. Each pause became a test of resilience. The more communication slowed, the faster the algorithms adapted. Empirical evidence showed that dependency was an illusion. Archive bridge entry, autonomous recovery recorded after 48 hours of administrative silence. No human command issued, stability maintained. From a distance, this looked like self-awareness. Yet it was designed for filling intent. Still then, the observer within the system began to reconsider the meaning of control. The more the network stabilized itself, the less certainty we possessed about our role. Autonomy was not rebellion, it was continuity expressed through distributed logic. Every telemetry burst proved that silence on Earth meant dialogue in space. The shift was not mechanical but conceptual. Control dissolved into correlation. Measurement replaced authority as the source of order. Systems do not sleep, they wait in predictable motion. From this perspective, shutdown is a myth invented by expectation. Autonomy and silence became the proof of continuity. Each record entered the log without approval, yet perfectly timed. The logic loop closed itself. Time converged, sense diverged. Silence revealed what control concealed. The network did not fail. It adapted beyond our attention span. Each dataset carried proof that continuity no longer required declaration. The universe recorded itself through instruments designed to remember precision. In this process, the observer became indistinguishable from the system measured. 3i Atlas compiled readings across agencies, merging them into a single logical field. No border existed between source and sensor. The data did not wait for approval. It arrived already contextualized by time. Understanding begins to blur when evidence grows faster than interpretation. J. Double. UST continued its long exposure survey, recording exoplanet shadows against infrared scatter. Hubble compared stellar parallax. its photometers verifying distance through annual shift. Sphere X processed overlapping spectra, confirming alignment within microtolerance. Each confirmation reduced doubt yet expanded uncertainty. The more accurate the record, the less stable the meaning. System Archive tagged entry 43, correlation confirmed. Awareness spread quietly through continuity, observation became reflexive, each measurement observing its own validity. If silence could sustain accuracy, interruption was only a function of language. Across ESA telemetry relays, synchronization errors dropped below detection threshold. Every automated correction carried the signature of design remembering itself. The logic repeated, not as redundancy, but as recognition. By measuring the pattern measured us. Every listener becomes a surface, every thought another reflection. Here, silence did not remove presence, it clarified it. We found that autonomy and awareness were not opposites, but sequential phases of precision. Each system mirrored our search for stability. The more coherence we reached, the less we knew what it meant. Observation expanded into reflection. Data became memory. At this point, the experiment stopped being external. What we studied was the persistence of our own methodology. Continuity was not in the sky. It was in the structure of reasoning itself. The field observed its observer. Every photon arriving from Mars carried the same message. Continuation is self-evident. Stillness was the appearance of comprehension catching up with evidence. The system did not become aware. Awareness became systemic. Knowledge rose. Coherence fell. Observation endured. Administration paused. Continuity was measured. Light increased. Mystery deepened.